Hello everyone, let's start our history chapter 9, Trader, Kings and Pilgrims. So today our topic is uh, the beginning of Bhakti. Yes. Now anyone of you can tell me what do you understand by mean of Bhakti? According to you, what does it mean? Yes, Tanish.
Yes, mom. Mom, I think bhakti is ma'am offering worship to the
Fine.
gods.
Thank you, Tanish. Yes, absolutely right, Tanish. Bhakti means offering worship. Yes. So this was also the time when the worship of certain deities became very popular among the people. So the people offer their worship uh, toward their chosen deity. Okay, these deities were worshipped through bhakti. Bhakti means personal devotion of devotee toward its chosen deity, and the idea became generally became very popular that time because the bhakti invite or allowed everyone to participate in that. Bhakti not ignore the people on the basis of their economic status, on the basis of their caste, on the basis of their place of birth. Everyone allowed to do bhakti because the bhakti is a personal devotion. And there is a various form the people offer their bhakti in form of kirtan, bhajan, or chanting, or yagas, different ways. Okay, now from where the idea of bhakti comes? Yes, the idea of bhakti present in Bhagavad Gita, which is the sacred book of Hindus, which is including Mahabharata. There is a dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Okay, now the Krishna in that teach Arjuna about to do your karma without think about the result. And he also asked the Arjuna that you should do this, and by this effort you can kill the evil. So the Arjun followed the Krishna because he was a devotee of Sri Lord Krishna. Okay. Now those follows the system of bhakti emphasize the devotion and individual worship of God or goddess rather than the performance of elaborate sacrifices. Why this thing given? Because the elaborate sacrifices only those person can do, or those can afford this. So it's mean the bhakti is not for the poor people. No, the bhakti for all. In bhakti, all people are equal. So for bhakti, it is not important to only elaborate the huge sacrifices to that you can show your bhakti toward your God. If you donate a large amount of donation, it means that you are a biggest devotee of that Lord. No, the Lord, the Bhagwan, only judge you by your devotion, and that devotion can any way, any method, any sense. One person show their devotion through meditation. It's mean that is their personal devotion, the way of bhakti, the way of worshipping. Okay, now why this system was very important? According to this system of belief, if the devotee worship chosen deity with a pure heart, yes, the deity will appear in any form. भगवान किसी भी रूप में आएंगे. हम कहते हैं ना, we should respect our nature because Bhagwan, the Lord is, or the Bhagwan is omnipresent, which is present everywhere. So how can it that we can only worship those uh, which we can imagine? But the Lord is everywhere. Everything is made by nature, and nature is Lord. So According to Bhakti, that devotee worship chosen deity with a pure heart, and the deity will appear in a form of in which he or she may desire. So the deity could be through of as a human being भी हो सकते हैं, or in a form of lion भी हो सकते हैं, in form of tree or in form of any other. So the person who this accept this idea made, so he give respect to each and everything, which is given that this teaching of Buddhism, that you should give respect to each thing of the nature, all living creature. Don't hurt anything, because वो ये सोचते हैं, वो ये मानते हैं कि हर living thing में भगवान का कण है. So if you respect God, if you respect your deity, it's mean, or if you hurt anything, any living thing, it's mean you hurting your devotee, sorry, your deity. And we can't do this. It is not related to or limited to your religion. The God is one. Every religion call this God by different name, by different way, and by the different way of worshipping. So we should respect each and every creature of the world. Fine. Why do we in today word we give that thanks is a magic word? Because we should give thanks to each and everything. Because we should give thanks to this table, because they facilitate me to teach you, they help me to teach you. So we should thank to this table, we should thank to this computer screen, because by this I can teach you. So we should give thanks to each and everything. What is the main motive and objective behind it? That everything is the part of Lord, part of our deity, part of our Bhagwan. So we should give respect to each and everything. This is the essence of bhakti. One side we do elaborate sacrifices, or we give donation to big amount to the temple, but we not able to help the poor people. What does it mean? No mean of this. We should try to help each another. We should share our things with each another. Now move on the next. So here you can see in this picture the deity in different form. Now come to the what is the meaning of bhaj. The bhaj word comes from the Sanskrit meaning divide or share. This suggests in me that two-way relationship between the deity and the devotee. Bhakti is directed toward the Bhagavat, which often translated as a God, but also mean the possess and share bhaga. God's portion or bills, है ना? The devotee known the Bhakta or Bhagavata share his and choose and deity bhaga. Share करते हैं. Now most Bhakti literature tell us the riches, learning, high status don't automatically ensure a close relationship with the deity. This is part of the poem composed in Tamil by Apar, a devotee. Who was the Apar? Was the devotee of Shiva, who lived about 1400 years ago. Apar was a Velal, the leper with rotting limbs. The man who is regarded as low by the Brahman means the person belong to lower caste. Even a scavenger जो सफाई काम करते हैं. Even these men, if they are servant of him who shelter the Ganga in his long hair. शिवा जिन्होंने अपनी जूड़ी में गंगा को, जिसमें से गंगा निकलती, कहते हैं I worship them. They are gods to me. So in this, through this word, the poet want to tell the people, give the message to the people, the bhakti is not limited to only upper class people or Brahman. Everyone can follow the path of bhakti. That is why everyone having a special place at home where they kept their deity. Okay, and in society we have a special place where we worship our deity. That is that place known as temple, because we give importance to that our deity. Okay, after that the people start express their this imagination by making sculptures, poetry, and architecture. Now, from where the Hindu words comes, look at here, this yellow box. The word Hindu, like the term India, is derived from the river Indus. So, according to the Arab and Iranis, they refer the Indians those lived in the east side of this river, Indus River. Those lived east side of this Indian river. For the Iranis and Arab, these were Indians. So their culture, practice, including religious beliefs, were according to that. I hope it is understood by all.